studio now. Yep. It's official now.
It's official.
It's official. I'm invested.
Hi friends, it's another bright day in Troon. Before we sit down and get to work in the studio, aka my kitchen table, let's do coffee in town. The week has felt heavy for me and I need to get out and feel the sun on my face and feel the cold wind as well. To raise my spirits a little more, I decided to wear one of my jumpsuits from Lucy & Yak. I'm a little obsessed with the brand at the moment. I decided to stop into Blueberries today. The other day I had the most delightful cup of coffee there, and so I've been meaning to go back, but this time to pair it with a small treat. Inside, I sat next to the cozy fireplace. My husband tagged along since he was working from home today as well. He can never say no to a cafe visit. We both can be quite pretentious about coffee, but while I can gladly drink instant coffee, my husband refuses to allow instant coffee into our home. I ordered a scone with jam and butter. A scone is my pick-me-up treat if I'm feeling off. I enjoy cafes mainly because I get to people watch, which causes me to reflect on my life, the world, our existence, etc. It's been a habit since I was a teen, when I began commuting on the train to my high school in Chicago.
And like, sometimes this feels like frivolous.
Okay.
And, you know, and like, it felt frivolous before all this is happening. And now, and it really feels like frivolous at this point.
Experience that this is because it's been something very drastic has happened. You want to hear that?
It's fine.
You want to start recording? Start recording.
Before I make my illustration the focus for the rest of this episode, I would like to open up about what's been going on with me because as you've seen, I was tearing up in the last clip. Friends, yesterday came with a loud and sad sense of hopelessness. As you all know, I was born and raised in Chicago, and right now, brown and black communities are in danger. Violence is being used by the federal government, and their narrative leaves brown and black people to blame for everything. My parents are immigrants, and their journey to the north was not legally easy or simple. I have lived in community with undocumented people, and they don't deserve to be dehumanized. To witness the racism and outright executions in neighborhood streets in what is now the United States makes me ask the question, what's the point? Regarding what I'm doing. The executions of 2 allies in Minnesota have shook me. The live footage of their killings was beyond horrible. It was a clear demonstration that the federal government will unalive anyone who wants to aid and stand with people of color. Once again, this feeling of not belonging or not being accepted for who I am or who my family is or who my brown and black brothers and sisters are rises to the surface. Right now, it feels like we will never be enough to be seen as human beings. And sure, I clearly live in Scotland now, but all my family are still based in Chicago. The neighborhoods, the communities I grew up in are there. The fear of ICE agents stopping and kidnapping any of my family is always on my mind. With all this going on, my art practice and content has begun to feel frivolous, even dumb. Can art really help us out during hard times? That's what I've been asking myself. Because all I keep thinking now is how does my illustrated flowers and stack of pancakes even help with the heaviness of these days? What value can my illustrations actually provide? I think I need a little walk along the ocean to think this through. Join me, friends. I find walks along the sea clear my mind. The rhythm of the sea is hypnotizing, calming. Last night, I watched an episode from Monica Trinidad's YouTube channel in trying to process the recent executions and address all these questions. Monica is a visual artist from Chicago and has been making graphic art to empower communities since 2015. Her episode titled "Art is Not Enough and You Still Need to Make It" touches upon art's place in the political climate of what is now the United States. Monica explains that art helps us relate to each other and even provides emotional release when we see art that captures what we've been feeling within the shadows of our own personal struggles. It allows us to be seen. I've always seen art as a form of resistance, but I guess it's never been too personal as it is now for me. Monica's last point was that by practicing art every day, our artist skills improve, and we are therefore ready to serve movements for justice. She says, and I quote, "Prioritizing your artistic practice can be your way of committing to social justice movements for the long haul," end quote. So let me think about this. My objective with my illustrations has always been to develop a style that reflects my interpretation of my Mexican culture and where I now live. I chose this path because I believe representation matters and inclusivity should be the foundation of our societies. So is it a matter of continuing to show up and take space, to keep churning the work to decolonize art and therefore society as a brown woman with indigenous ancestry? I think Monica would agree. To continue is to have a voice. I know there will be depths in my inspiration as the political climate worsens in what is now the United States. Giving myself time to cry and release all the emotions doesn't mean I've given in or I'm not strong enough. It means I'm human, even if the current US administration doesn't think so. That's the conclusion, friends. Art does matter. It matters to everyone. Art preserves cultures and encourages us to be who we are. Without artistic practice, we lose sight of our individual histories. We lose ourselves. So let's get back to it then. As you have already observed, I've been adding detail with my color pencils to the marigolds. I think this has made a huge difference. They actually look like marigolds now. The more my color pencils brightened the page and outlined each petal, the more happy I was with the illustration. I noticed a need for a bit more pastels, so I got out my soft knife. I was going to add detail to the grass that eventually blends in with the sky, but I decided against it. I like the dreamy feel the green and blue give without any pen work. And there you have it, friends. My first illustration mounted on my new drawing board. A wee brown girl popping out through the many Mexican marigolds and stumbling upon the highest pile of pancakes that she has ever seen. I think I carried out the idea of embroidered hair like those seen on blusas bordadas decent enough. I can definitely use more practice though, and possibly use a different medium. Taking my time with all the detail was worth it. Combining pan pastels and color pastels was also really fun. It's a combination I'll continue to work with for sure. Thank you, friends, for today. I had a lot on my mind. I don't know what the future holds for any one of us, but let's continue to create, make art, and fill our days with all the colors of the rainbow. See you next week, friends.